Oh boy.
Your life is man.
Can you hear me?
You want to talk?
Testing. Where's the mic? Oh, here it is.
Right there.
The moment I wake up,
Can everyone hear?
before I put on my makeup,
Wait, can you something else?
sang something else. Something else.
Sing a different song.
I can't be seen on here. Oh, there it is. No? Now it's a commercial.
What's going on?
What's happening?
You're a
Why are there
mess.
commercials?
I don't know. Okay, people can hear. All right, I got her first. I can hear fine.
Yay!
You're on. Oh, it's mirrored though. That's weird. Okay, well.
What's mirrored?
On my screen.
Oh,
I'll have to fix that for the next one.
why?
I don't know. I don't like it mirrored. Because then this portrait is. Anyway, I'm coming over.
It says absinthe. It's in French anyway, so who cares?
Well, if you have French viewers. I don't know if the camera's on.
Yeah, there. No, it is.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I look white in this shirt. Anyway, hello everyone. Sorry.
Ridiculous.
So it's been a minute. There's been a lot going on. Just a lot of work, a little depression. I caught a cold.
You're sick for a while.
I was sick for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
that's right. We haven't done a catch up with Max in like a month.
I know. I had posted about doing the OnlyFlans episode, and it didn't happen.
We have a bunch of flan in there.
So I bought a bunch of
gone
like,
bad, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of like you make my own flan, like the instant mix kind of thing. Add a few eggs, leave overnight, and that's fine because it's it's packaged. But any of the store-bought flan is now dried, and I had to toss it, so I had to buy some new ones. So that will happen at some point in the future. I think once What If launches, I'll be back in a regular schedule, and yeah. What about you? I mean, where are we?
Hi, Jamie. So this is the setup for Drinking History, which I filmed the very first episode yesterday. It will be going up this Friday afternoon, 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to start with that schedule, and maybe we'll move earlier or later. Maybe it'll move to weekends. I don't know. But that's when it's going to be, the very first episode. Definitely want feedback. I know that it's rough. It's fine.
It'll be better than the first episode of Tasting History.
Yeah, it's better than the first episode of Tasting History, but it's so crazy because like just moving from, like, you don't obviously know the layout of our condo, but usually I sit like 6 feet that way. Just going from sitting over there to standing here, and it totally threw off my groove.
What if we get you like a stool so you're still sitting? Is that awkward?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do. It just made it so like it was just change. I don't do well with change, I guess. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, it's not a mess or anything, but I definitely feel a little bit more awkward than I did when I usually do an episode. And lighting is a big issue. So
it's always been an issue.
It actually looks really pretty good right now.
It's because I turned on the giant ring light that I hate.
But what's weird is these lights usually like cast a weird glow down. So maybe.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. That's but anyway, the first episode's rather dark.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
Yeah. So the way, as far as timing, we figured like it's a Friday release, end of the work week for some people, and it's this weekend drink. Maybe you can try it
if you have all of the rather not common ingredients. Probably the least common one is the chartreuse. Or no, this one wasn't chartreuse. It was, I don't know where all of the ingredients go. Oh, here we go. The curacao. A lot of people now use blue curacao, which was available in the 1920s, but it's orange curacao that is required for this drink, which is interesting because it's called a green room and they use orange curacao. I don't know.
I tend to only drink vodka, so I don't think I've tried most of the liquors that are up on the wall. That being said, given enough time, and once I've run out of vodka, I will go through every single one of them.
But you tried the drink
I
yesterday,
did try it.
and you really liked it. It had
Yes.
brandy, vermouth, and curacao in it. You really liked it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey. He likes it.
And then, so as far as the episodes of Drinking History, they will just live on the main channel.
Yeah,
There's no
they're
new channel.
they're tasting history. It's just drinks, and I'm behind a bar. And it'll make it easier when I collab with How to Drink, which we are in discussions.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
For when?
When is a big question.
Yeah.
Who knows?
What's his name? Is it Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He seems
Yeah.
nice.
He wants to do some Roman drinks, and so we might work on that together.
Yeah.
Violet wine or something.
Oh, and for people who are asking about the hat, it's from the Detective Pikachu movie with Ryan Reynolds. The Pokemon Center. Most of the stuff that I have, I've gotten from the Pokemon Center, except some of them are Japanese imports because Japan gets all cool stuff. So I think Hello Japan and Mecha Japan are kind of where I import things from. But I have gone on Amazon. Sometimes you'll find stuff, but it tends to be upmarked.
Stupidly.
And eBay will also have stuff sometimes.
And then it's even more expensive on eBay.
I don't really trust eBay though. It seems sketch to me. I know it's reliable, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. It feels sketch to me. But yeah,
Have you ever gotten anything that wasn't correct?
plenty of times actually.
All right, never mind. So maybe it is a little sketch. Hi, Jamie.
But as far as the bar, it is not cat safe. The cat, Jamie at least, was laying on here before we even set up.
He
So.
can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's adorable.
So is today Tuesday?
Yep.
It is Tuesday.
Video came out today.
All right. So hummus.
Hummus, yeah.
Yeah, that.
It was so exciting. So it's the recipe is from 14th century Egyptian cookbook that was translated by a woman named Nawal Nasrallah, who has translated several the Baghdad cookery book, and she's working on the Syrian one and working on a 13th century Andalusian cookbook. Kind of everything from the Arabic speaking world. She is the person to go to. See, here he is. Hi, buddy.
Summoned.
And she knew that I was going to do an episode. It's been a while since we spoke, but she knew I was going to do an episode. But there's still always a little trepidation, like, what does she think? Did she actually enjoy it? Is she like, what? No, this is all wrong. You fool! You butchered my translation or whatever. I sent it to her today, and she really, really liked it, and looks forward to doing another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
great. That's good for you.
Can you imagine? Made me feel real good.
Partnering with someone, they're like, "Oh no, you got it all wrong, buddy."
She's even like sending it to her pusher, and she's like, "They're going to be excited to see it."
That's awesome.
Because I mentioned the book. And
Yeah.
everything.
And I think it's always just trying to be respectful. So it's always good to kind of partner. And I think
that's always the thing, because I do make jokes and stuff and make light of some things, and so it's always like, what do they think? Because it's her life's work. Here I am, like, not making fun of it, but making fun of some of the things that are in it. And stuff. But she appreciates that.
What's cool is that someone who is a published author and an expert in their field is willing to partner with you.
Yeah.
This guy who has a YouTube channel that's less than a year and a half old, and it's like, okay, well,
yeah,
have at it, buddy.
No, that's very cool.
Because in the beginning, not everyone was as kind.
No, they were not.
We will not get into it.
We will not name names.
But if you ever publish a tell-all book,
It'll
or if
be
we
in
break
there.
up and I publish a tell-all book, it's going to go in my book.
Yeah. I almost stopped the channel because of it.
I remember that. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Sure glad I didn't.
One day we'll go into it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, I haven't had enough drinks to spill the beans. Back to the hummus episode.
Yeah. So it was really, really complicated. 28 ingredients. And I was worried that it was going to get a little bit like too listy, but people really enjoyed it. It's actually doing really well, which makes me happy. Minimal racist comments, or not racist, but Islamophobic comments.
Yeah.
One thing that was nice to teach people was that, because a lot of people were like, I talk about beer and other alcohols, and a lot of people are like, they don't drink alcohol in Islam, and they absolutely do, and especially back then, they absolutely did. So it's interesting to be able to kind of teach people about that. I don't know a lot about Islam, so I got to learn a little bit. I mean, it's obviously a very, very different religion today than it was 800 years ago, just as Christianity is or anything. But
And I think what's nice is that this episode is actually doing pretty well, or decently well, relative to the last 9-10 videos. Because the saffron episode did not do well at all.
And that, I really enjoyed that one.
And I thought it was a decent episode. I really
informative.
I thought because it was medieval, people would latch onto it, and it kind of flopped relative to his other videos.
It's still fine.
Yeah, so it was interesting.
Yeah.
And I blamed it on there were a lot of comments about a red splash on screen, and people were like, is it a subliminal message?
It was not a subliminal message. It was because, well, I think that what I figured it out was my computer had basically just become full, and so when it rendered, it was just tired.
Mm-hmm.
And so it rendered with 2 very quick flashes of red. Not sure why. And so I removed a bunch of stuff from the computer, which took like a day, and then re-rendered it. But I couldn't get it to re-render because something happened that when I took things, because a lot of times it's like I'll copy and paste something from an old video and put it on or whatever. And when I removed all of that stuff, it removed some original files, and I would have had to re-edit the entire piece, and it was just too late. So it went up as it is. Yeah. 2 flashes and all.
And there was a lot of
It's not that distracting.
Hey, people noticed. I saw the comments. I was like, you even searched by it, like how many people talked about the red screen. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I mean, it's a very makeshift environment. Like if you see what I'm looking at, you're gonna see a lot of Pokemon, a lot of lights and cables, and I'm just like, I don't live in a home anymore now. It's just
that's true.
No, it's just your studio.
Sorry about that.
You're gonna have to buy a new house.
Well, and a lot of people think that like we're a bigger operation than we are. Like I'll very often get messages to like Max's team, or somebody sent something that was asking for the business development person on our team. I guess that's me, because or Jamie.
First of all, what does that even mean?
It's flattering that somebody thinks that we have like people helping, but we don't have nobody helping. It's
our operation is me.
It's this
sometimes. You sometimes me and the cats.
And the cats. Which they will be making if I can. Oh, especially I need to get him near a pot or something, right? Because I need you to make a cameo in this video I'm editing. It's going to be so cute.
Yeah. We got to work the cats into the things a little more, I feel.
It's hard because they can't be in organically because they jump up on the table and move stuff around and everything. So it has to be written in, which I did write something in for them. I wrote them in a role. Mm-hmm. Jamie is the master meat roaster, and Cersei, I think, is in charge of sauces. She is my saucier.
I didn't get a roll this one around.
You did not.
Okay.
It's gonna be real cute. I promise. It's in the Escoffier video. I just want to get good pictures of them.
We are a little afraid of showing myself, or even talking too much about myself on your main channel, just because.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opinions out there. So
a lot of opinions.
The Young Shao episode was kind of the first one where you mentioned my fiance Jose, and everyone's like, "What?"
The other Chinese one.
What?
Yang Gao.
Yang Gao. That's it. Sorry.
And it was right around then that YouTube allowed you to not only see how many people were subscribing, but how many people were unsubscribing. And there's always, it's more positive than negative, but people do unsubscribe. But when that went, and I mentioned him, huge unsubscriber thing, and part of me is like, well, screw them and everything, but another part of me is like, is it necessary for the channel?
I don't know.
The answer is no, because we have other things. I don't know.
It's hard because it's like you definitely want to be a role model for younger people, or just be like, hey, like we're just everyday people, we just happen to be gay, but you know, like, and I always kind of saw myself as a nerd first, and then gay was just kind of a layer in there. And then for other people, it's like I'm a gay nerd, or like I'm a nerd happens to be gay. It's hard, like, you know. I think for me, it's like I want to be able to express myself the way I want to express myself, regardless of whatever I enjoy, I'm into, whatever. Like, you know, this is who I am. I'm just being me. So
Yeah.
And that's on that. So anyway, all right. So Hummus, is there anything that you left out on the cutting room floor? Or
I don't think so. I think I covered everything.
By the way, I actually don't like hummus, but I did try it for Max. Because for me, when I think of hummus, or when I taste hummus, I'm like, this is baby food. Because
it's delicious.
It's baby food. It's baby food. It can literally go in a Gerber bottle and just. I don't find.
But you like Jello. You like pudding.
I don't know how.
Anyway, it's delicious. Yeah. I love hummus.
All right, so this one was it was interesting because out of all the ingredients, there's definitely going to be a flavor.
So many flavors.
And there's like a transition of like oliveness and nuttiness and refreshing herbs. It was in there. So
you picked out the mint. You were like,
it's like no, it's like.
Because you're not a huge mint guy.
I am not a mint guy. Like, I'll chew the gum, but I will not eat it.
But it was good.
Yeah.
Because it was like refreshing without being minty. I don't mind minty, but I know a lot of people.
The flavor wasn't like, oh my God, I'm eating a vat of toothpaste with pita. It was not that. it was interesting. It was not for me, but I can see the appeal. So I'll give it that. What else? What else is there anything? I think just in general, just hearing about how the sultanate, or do you call that?
The caliphate.
The caliphate. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it was sultanate. Sometimes it depended on. Sometimes the sultan was based at that time in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in other places, but no, it was really interesting, and I want to learn more about that time period. And I also, I want to do another recipe from that book, because when that book was being written and being like cooked from and everything, there was a dinner that happened when this guy named Mansa Musa, who was one of, if not the richest man in history, he was the head of the Mali Empire, and he came through there. His story is very interesting and cool, so I really want to make a video on that and make something from that. They're making a movie about his life. What's his name? Who did Black Panther?
Jesus Christ.
No, not Jesus Christ.
No.
The guy who does Black Panther is doing a movie on Mansa Musa.
That's cool.
Yeah. Or at least it was in development. Who knows if
I'm blanking on his name.
What are you looking at, bud? There's nothing over there.
Speaking of Black Panther, I'm super excited for the sequel that comes out, I think, next year. Just because the first one was such like a movement, especially for like everyone that was involved.
That was a fun time to work at Disney.
Yeah. I mean, I think 2019 or that year and the year prior to was super big. So that's going to be interesting. And if you're a big Chadwick Boseman fan, the What If series that premieres next Wednesday that I'm the media lead on, yay, please watch it and support it on Disney Plus. It's his final voice acting role. So check it out. I think it's really good. I think it's one of the coolest things.
I can't see what people are saying.
Oh, well, we do have a super chat. Sorry. From Highlander 723. When are you going to do an episode about chicken mole? Have you ever had mole?
Know. I have had mole. So the episode that I want to do on chicken mole, or on mole in general, I want to do one of the recipes that they have at several restaurants down near Mexico City, where they have 100 ingredients in these mole recipes.
I mean, I know like my mom just.
So that'll be a whole thing.
I think she just buys. I don't know if it's abuelita, but it's like a jar and it has like a yellow lid. It might be abuelita mole, where it's just already like done.
Yeah.
And it's just like the paste that you cook into it. I didn't like it when I was younger. I think there's just like. There's a lot going on, and I can't tell.
Well, and they're all different. They're all very different.
Yes.
Like there are tons of no two moles, like the moles.
Mole.
Mole.
I'm trying to point to one of your moles. I don't see one.
I have lots of moles. But no two moles are alike.
Go to the skin doctor.
Are the same. Yes, go to the dermatologist. Get your moles checked. But but I like the ones that have like a very kind of almost a sweet
Hey,
chocolateness.
someone called Jamie
in it.
Chunky. It's true, but so are we. Love us.
Whoa!
There's more to love.
Whoa! Come here, buddy.
He has a big
He
butt.
has gotten really, you know what? And the thing is, he is a little chunky, but he's also just like sturdy, and he is. It holds in certain areas, right, bud?
He looks like a bowling ball.
So when he looks like a bowling pin.
Bowling pin.
Yeah, because like he's very thin up here, and then just.
Okay.
But we are watching what he eats, and it's just like he finds something. Well, like what was it this morning when he took a cake and pulled it off of the counter onto the ground?
But to be fair to him,
kitten.
it's her fault because you should have covered it or put it away and not left it on the counter exposed for the cat to drag on before.
But Cersei would never do that. That's the thing.
No,
Cersei would never.
No, she's a lady.
She's the perfect little lady.
Yeah. Perfect mean little.
See, somebody called him fat, and now he's gone upstairs.
Shame on you, I think, Atik, for calling our cat fat. We do not fat shame in this household. We cry and eat our feelings and hide them in our muscles.
That's right. Though I am down.
You're down?
Several pounds.
Are you hiding the chart for a reason, or is it just because for the lighting?
No.
Our fat chart is against this wall right here. So.
Yeah.
Was it because of the lighting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our fat chart.
Because mine.
That's exactly what it is.
Mine started sloping up because I don't know if people who have been following us. We were trying. I gained like 25 pounds COVID weight, so we're trying to, since the new year, trying to lose it because our wedding's in almost 2 months exact. Oh
my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, but because I was sick, I was feeling depressed in the last 2 weeks, I tend to eat my feelings, or just, it's my comfort thing. Like I eat it and then I feel terrible, but 7-Eleven hot dogs are like.
And I really want a bean burrito tonight for dinner. Yeah, I have one.
But anyway, where was I going with this?
I don't know. I was going to read some of the.
Pick and Mold is going to happen. I've seen the question people have been asking. Who do we want to win All Stars 5? Or is it All Stars 5? Or is it 6?
I think it's 6.
I think it's 6. Yeah, it's right. It's probably 6. I can't.
Roasted rat episode. Never.
At 2 million.
At 2 million, I'll roast a black rat.
Don't.
I have to go to India to get one.
A good fried rat. Is that what it is?
Good fried black rat.
Yeah. So anyway, All Star 6. I think I'm mixed because I really wanted Scarlet Envy to win this thing, and she did not get.
Who knows what the game within a game is going to do?
I don't care.
We don't know what's going to. I know.
If it's just bringing someone back, that's going to be lame because it's not the first thing they've done.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I like me some Ginger Minge this season. I know she's had so many chances, but I think she's doing a good job.
Yeah, she's doing fine, I guess. But anyway, all right. So we'll take some questions, but besides that, I'm trying to think. And as far as my work, like I said, I've been busy. There's just so many little campaigns. But again, What If is kind of like my big baby that I want to do great because we need more of it.
Yes.
And then Hawkeye got announced for November 24th of this year. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of ginger lovers.
There are a lot of ginger lovers.
Justice for Scarlet Envy.
We did have fun in Seattle. I love Seattle. I could probably move up there, honestly.
If Max would take care of me, I would agree to move to Seattle. But he'd probably make me work at Amazon, and then
Yeah.
I'd probably die like smash between like some bookshelves or something. Like
I don't think you would be doing that.
A bunch of boxes fell on me, and that's how I would go. And Jeff Bezos wouldn't even blink an eye.
Nope.
It's like,
you would not care.
He's one of 10 other people that died that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's been really crazy lately because we're going to Hawaii for several weeks for our wedding and honeymoon. I'm having to get caught up on episodes and like get ahead on episodes. And really for the last month or so, I've been finishing an episode like days before the next one goes out, and it's really been really stressful. So I've been trying to like just work like a madman.
He's been working nonstop, and then I don't know,
but it's starting to happen. Like I am a couple weeks ahead.
If anyone follows him on TikTok, and you were doing Facts by Max.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
It doesn't happen anymore. And
I don't have time.
And part of it is because he doesn't have time. Even though it's short content, he just doesn't have time. And I encourage him to do it, but if it takes time away from the main show,
If you want to ride him, I'll do
That's
him.
what's paying the bills, so I conceded that argument. But
Etrigan.
what's Etrigan doing here?
Because he's fantastic. That's what he's doing here. Being smashed by Buck.
That's how it would go, smashed by a box.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about actually putting the historic cocktails onto TikTok. I don't know. I don't get TikTok.
Here's a good one. All right. Ricardo, thank you for calling him out.
What?
Hey, Jose, tell Max to use a lime juicer with the lemon upside down. All right. He's been told before.
I know how to use it, and I still don't.
No, clearly you don't, because you're still not using it right.
So every single time. Here, I think I have one right here. Every single time I cut the lime or the lemon, and I think to myself, put it in with the flat side down. But it just fits so neatly into this little cup that something about my brain says, nope, it's going that way, squish. And it still works. It just doesn't work nearly as well. You get like maybe 2/3 of the juice. I don't know why I'm so dumb and unable to like learn this lesson. But people have pointed it out in several videos.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. He was called out on camera, but yes, I do call him out on. My comments are there.
I always do it wrong.
Yeah.
Even though I know how to do it. That's what's really frustrating.
And then as far as someone's asking if we're gonna live stream the wedding, no, I don't.
First of all, it's on a beach.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the beach.
I have T-Mobile, so I don't even get reception here in the house.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. His reception's terrible. Like I can't imagine taking camera equipment. Like
no.
Yeah.
But we will be. So that entire trip, we'll be doing a lot of live stuff and live streams and stuff, as well as tasting history to go. We're going to do a mini episode on spam. I want to do a mini episode on just some Hawaiian, traditional Hawaiian foods. I love Hawaiian history. It's mostly really sad, but I love Hawaiian history. So finding any excuse to get to.
Did you touch on it?
I do.
On the sugar episode?
Yes.
Number 2?
On the second sugar episode.
Which it did not do great.
World. It did not. It's one of the lowest performing videos ever. It was the first drink episode that I did too, I think. Kikian is kind of a drink, but smoothie. But yeah, so I do touch on the sugar industry in Hawaii and their how they treated Liliuokalani and basically took the country from her. But I want to touch on more Hawaiian history. I love Hawaii. I love the history. And so our trip is going to be that excuse. So tasting history to go. What I am so sad about is I had planned to actually bring hardtack and make some lobscouse or other hardtack based dish there while we were at the Whaling Museum in Maui. And it turns out it has been closed permanently due to COVID, and it's not going to reopen. And
So
now I'm super sad.
You took too long to marry me, so now that's your
So
punishment.
Whaling episode will come up in the future, and I will use the hardtack for it, but it won't be while we're in Hawaii.
Yeah. What are some of your cooking sins? That's a good question, Raphael.
It's a long list.
First of all,
the fact that you have never seen me use anything with a mushroom, that is one of my major sins. No,
that's not a sin.
I don't know. Mushrooms are wonderful, and yet
yes,
I refuse to eat them.
You're dumb not to eat them, but because you have a weird before we start mentioning, I start mentioning this maybe because I have plenty on you. Max is not a trained chef. He only started cooking in the last 3 years.
I started baking earlier than that, 7 years ago.
Yeah. God, has it been 7 years?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the next
6 years? 6 years.
Next Great British Bake Off starting? Now that I think about it,
I don't know. I think it's going on right now in England, so I don't know when to be
gotta watch it. Someone send me a link so I can watch it.
Yes.
We
do have a VPN, so now we can actually. We got a VPN thanks to Etrigan. Thank you, Etrigan. Not that I have time to really watch a bunch of English shows.
Oh, speaking of shows, Ted Lasso is back.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
It's heartwarming.
The morning show.
So
bring
good.
stats, so
Not
good.
heartwarming, but so good.
But so good. Hacks on HBO Max, really good.
I enjoyed that. Yes.
It was good. It was a show. It's like, hey, I think your mom would like it. Go tell your mom to watch it. Yeah, yeah. As an old lady and a young lady,
And
it's just good.
it's
a
good.
good show.
It's a good show.
And anything on Disney Plus, support Jose.
Support Jose.
All right. Sorry.
Keep Disney afloat because it's
They are
jeopardy.
hurting. There was a lawsuit.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back to this. Kitchen sins. You've been called out for keeping your wedding ring on when mixing things.
I very often do, even when kneading dough. I wouldn't if I were at like a bakery. I wasn't gonna be eating it, so who cares?
I taste it too, dude.
Sometimes
You poison me
with my gold, you can't get poisoned with gold.
No?
Maybe if you eat the whole ring, but
Anyway, okay. Well, what are other kitchen sins that you do? I guess because you're not trained in general. Like, I'm sure your chopping skills need work.
my which I am working on, and I'm actually getting I'm getting professional help on my chopping skills from from someone at Wusthof in Germany. So those will be improving. They will be improving.
All right. So the drink kind of hit me, so I'm going to be going on tangents now. So kitchen sins, I'm over that. We're done. We'll get you in part 2.
I have so many kitchen sins is the problem. I think my biggest kitchen sin isn't anything that's on camera. It's the fact that
you leave food out and then the cat.
I leave food out. And in general, so the way that it works is I spend all day cooking and filming, and it's when you're filming cooking, you make 10 times the mess than if you're just cooking, because things have to move around in certain ways and the camera make a huge mess. And then I film myself talking and then eating, but I have to have a clean kitchen behind me. But you can only see a certain portion of the kitchen. If you go right off of camera, there are stacks of dirty bowls and plates and food, and just it's an absolute wreck. And my big sin is sometimes then when I'm done filming, I'm too tired to clean it up. And so it will remain that way, not for forever, but for longer than it should. So that's a big kitchen sin.
Yeah, it's not my kitchen anymore. It's his kitchen.
No, it's Tasting History's kitchen.
Anyway, I pay rent here too, but whatever. Anyway, spam. People are mentioning spam in Hawaii. Are you going to do a spam episode?
Yeah, I just said. See, obviously he does not listen to what I say.
Oh, God, no.
So obviously I can't. So there are some things that are perfect for Tasting History to go. So Tasting History, I make something and then I talk about it. Tasting History to go will be more like I order something in a restaurant and eat it, or, get it and eat it and talk about it and talk about the history, because it's not something that I can make or want to make or have a recipe or whatever. And it's, perfect for a certain location. Spam, perfect for Hawaii. I'm not going to make spam. So perfect to go to a place, order spam, eat it for the first time. I've never had spam, and talk about the history, because it actually has some really interesting history behind it.
Someone's saying you need to get your staff to clean up after you. That is me.
So that's Jamie and Jose.
No, I do laundry.
My staff.
The dishes are his job.
Those are
Laundry
my
is much more pain in the butt. Like, I have to wait for it, and I have to fold it, and then I forget about it, and I have to dry it again, and then again, and again, and eventually I get to it, and then before you know it, it's a week
and by
later.
then the shirt is this big.
Motivation. Fit into your shirt. That write it too much. But anyway, going back to spam. I've never had spam, so
I'm intrigued. I'm very excited.
I want to have a good spam experience and a bad spam experience. Just so I can because it's just like salted ham.
I think it's bad. I bet it's not that bad, but I think it's the Hawaiians, because they eat so much of it. I also really want to go to Mama's Fish House in Maui and somehow do an episode there. I don't know how. I just really want to go there. He's not a big fish eater, but if you've never been to Mama's Fish House,
if they have chicken,
it's amazing.
Or chicken tenders, I'll go.
Fish House, they have fish.
No, but we go to places by the ocean.
I don't think Mama's Fish House had anything with fish.
I mean,
I bet they don't.
Call. Call ahead, otherwise I'm not going.
I will. We need to make a
Or
reservation.
If we pass the McDonald's, I can pick something up on the way there, and I'll eat in the car while you eat. Anyway, whatever. This is something we've done before, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting something else, and I don't need to eat.
Don't
there.
admit that.
I don't need to eat there. No, I have no shame.
Clearly.
I have no shame.
But yes, so I'm excited for Hawaii. I need to have those things kind of written before we go, because I found that once we're on vacation or whatever, I don't work. I tell myself I'm going to work and write stuff, but I'm not going to. So basically, they need to be written out so that, and all the research is done so that when we're there, we can just order it and then film. You know, I got a gimbal so I can hold my iPhone because I don't want to bring all of the equipment.
The stream looks rough, but that's probably for the best. You know, hide my
Which is crazy. So we got new internet,
which is great, by the way.
It's been amazing, life-changing
we dropped,
internet.
AT&T,
Gone.
and we got
Spectrum.
Spectrum, which I did hear has a lot of outages in our area, but you know, whatever, like no issues yet.
Our AT&T, we were getting, well, it was maxing out at 50 megabytes per second, and usually it was more like 15. And the Spectrum is around between like 600 and 700. So it's not even close. So the fact that it's stuttering, I'm like, what is going on? But really, we should hardline them
Next time. Yeah, sorry, that was an extra step. The fact that this is set up on a weeknight after Tuesday.
Impromptu.
Yes.
Is spam an American thing? Yes and no. It's also very popular in parts of Scandinavia, which is interesting. But it was very popular basically wherever the Navy was. Well, you'll just have to watch the episode. I'm going to get into it. But it was a Navy food.
Someone says they get 3 megabytes. Is that nothing? That's nothing, right?
3 megabytes?
They said Mbps.
I don't think that's right.
That's nothing, right?
No, that can't be.
Anyway, I appreciate the extra speed because
it's made a huge difference.
I have to download like huge files for work, just like all of the spots and commercials and rerunning. You know, like I'm in charge of like a lot of digital stuff on the media side, and so I'm like downloading these huge ProRes files that are like
they take
600 megabytes. Or when we do like filmmaker decks presenting to the different filmmakers for each title, those decks can get very big, like a gigabyte plus, just because the amount of logos and slides, and, you know, and every team has like their presentation, so it's like decks upon decks upon decks, not the other word.
Well, tasting history videos, to upload one of those, because usually they're between 3 and 4 gigs. So to upload one used to take about 12 hours, 9 to 12 hours. Now it takes like 20 minutes. It's crazy. Big difference.
All right, last questions because I'm getting hungry.
Yes, it's lunchtime. Dinner time,
I think. Yeah, so last questions.
Dinner time.
An update on an Indian episode and anything on Africa. Oh, and Jewish. Like
Jewish is coming up. Working on something probably for Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. India is very possible. I'm looking at things for Diwali, though a lot of the restaurant recipes that I'm finding are Mughal, and I don't believe the Mughals celebrated Diwali. So I'm working on that, though. And I don't have anything for Africa. It's so hard. Africa is so hard because they didn't write recipes down. And so the recipes that you get are from English and Dutch colonizers. And so that opens a can of worms. Northern Africa, yes. I mean, Egypt. And I'm going to be doing some Morocco and stuff. But Sub-Saharan, it's very difficult. It will happen, but it's hard.
Native American.
Hopefully in November. If my schedule pans out the way that I have written it out, I have written through the end of the year, then in November we will be doing pemmican. Fingers crossed.
And as a reminder to our friends and viewers and his followers, at 1 million episodes, he's supposed to do a musical episode for you and for me.
Supposedly. It probably won't be at 1 million because it'll take time to write and
No, that's the whole point.
everything.
You're supposed to, well, you have like
Well, then go hire the composer for me.
you have 180,000 subscribers to go. I think you have time. It's not gonna happen right away. You get started right now.
All right.
All right.
All right. I think it's time for dinner.
See, they're excited for the musical.
I know. I know.
You're gonna be so disappointed.
So much work.
No, you don't have to write original music.
That's the point. If you're going to do it right.
Oh, no, you're ridiculous.
My friend wrote a musical called Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder on Broadway. And I've already asked him, and he said, let's talk.
He's going to charge you.
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing. Anybody's going to charge you.
No.
I would never let anyone work for free. As a
I get paid.
former singer and actor,
I get a weekly dinner.
Nobody works for free.
I get a weekly dinner.
He can work for free. You're part of the team. You're my staff.
I do the dishes and I get a dinner a week.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Speaking of dinner, we're off.
All right. So follow Max on Instagram. What is your Instagram again?
Tasting History with Max Miller.
And then mine's at World Against Jose. It's my middle school email that I kept, and I kind of like it still. I'm like, sometimes I feel that way. Like, oh, the world's just not on my side most days.
So negative.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, all.
Stay on camera because I gotta go turn it off over there.
Oh, all right.
Can you sing us out? An outro song?
An outro song?
Can you do Moon River?
Moon River, wide. I don't know the lyrics. I don't know. I didn't look that up. I'd like to see that movie again. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh yeah, I already saw it.
All right, turn it off.